What's up? It's been a while. Like Stain. I said I was going to do a weekly video, but family, Ghost of Tsushima, mostly Ghost of Tsushima, got in the way. So I'm back for a bit until some other random thing comes out like Cyberpunk. But that's stop it phone. But that's November. And today is in September. Well, I'm just gonna actually start the video by just walking off and bye. What's up, everybody? It is I, back again with another episode of Manga Talk, where I talk to you about manga that you may or may not have heard about. In this case, you probably have heard about. It is that one, that only, the one that has that very loud protagonist. If you watch the anime, at least the beginning parts, it's gotten better. Black Clover. Anyways, yep, Black Clover. This one is very good, but let's get into some details. Black Clover is written and drawn by Yuki Tobata. Did I say someone's name right? I think so. Yuki Tabata. It is a shonen. It has been running in Shonen Magazine, Shonen Jump, weekly Shonen Jump. When I first started reading Shonen, I never knew that it was called Weekly Shonen Jump because it's just called Shonen Jump everywhere else. Anyways, or at least was when I started reading it. I am getting off topic. Anyways, like I was saying, it runs in Shonen Jump. It is a series that is still going on, but it started all the way back in February of 2015. Yeah! Yeah, the story is condensed, though, into 25 volumes, though the States only have up until volume 22 translated into it. But you could probably find the chapters online. I don't know which one. I think they're the actual app that Shonen Jump has it. So if you want to read there, you can. We in the States only have up to volume 22, which only covers chapters 1 through 217 of the story. That story being about the boy named Asta, who is loud, rambunctious, and short. Like a good old anime protagonist. Asta is someone that is, the underdog, and he's on his way to try and become the Wizard King. Now, then, based in most situations, I think this is just going off the top of my head, but he probably will become the Wizard King, because if he doesn't, that's just a twist that I never saw coming. Just never. Because in most situations, they're going to become whatever they're going for. Like, Naruto eventually becomes freaking Hokage. What else? Who else does... There are other ones that are being like, hey, I'm going to be the best. If you've read One Piece, they're probably going to find the One Piece. That's going to happen. If it doesn't, Oda is freaking crazy. But anyways, not talking about One Piece. That's a faraway problem whenever I read the thousands of chapters I think there are in that series. Anyways, Black Clover is a fairly standard one. Like I was saying, Asta is the underdog. He, in this world of magic, unfortunately was born without magic. He needs to have struggles. Of course he does. He always has to have struggles. You can't be the main protagonist unless you are having a terrible time. You've had terrible backstories. Your parents are dead. Your best friend's dead. Everything. Anyways, it is a pretty standard story. Early on, he gets his grimoire, even though he doesn't have magic, and he has anti-magic, and that's how he fights. And it's great. I don't know what else to say, man. Because it has tropes. It has a lot of tropes in it, but the fighting in it is pretty great. It's interesting, the different sort of magic that people have in the actual series is very interesting, because you have the people that are just like Yuna, who is Yuna is a Final Fantasy character. Is Asta's rival, and technically Stop It Phone is technically his brother, because he was also left at the orphanage that Asta was on the same day. And he is sort of, instead of Asta, who had no magic, had all the magic, and even gets a 4-leaf clover, which is important in the kingdom of the Clover Kingdom. Essentially, it's like, hey, you got a lot of magic, and but it's because when I say rival character, you're probably like, oh man, he's a dick, isn't he? He's just a freaking dick, and he's just gonna be like, I don't like this character. But while reading the series, it's not that, like, what happens is great and good and should happen more often. Because when I say rival character, most people are like, oh, so he's just going to be always a little bit weaker than Asta. But no, they grow in tandem. When Asta gains something, gains something. When Asta is having trouble, it's just like, no, he's going to succeed, because he's going to be the person that is fighting against me to become the Wizard King, because that is also his goal. And it's not like, hey, I don't care about you. Like, I didn't like Sasuke all that much as a character in Naruto, because sure, he technically was that rival character, but at the same time, I didn't feel attached to Sasuke. Sure, your whole village died, but you didn't have to be a dick about it all the time. We understand. Some people get over that at some point. Not whole village, his whole clan. But anyways, well, that is the case, but just is like, no, you need to respect him. He's my rival, and I, who have like all this magical power, and like this man, this kid, this dude, there we go, I finally got it right after the third try, I respect him enough to be like, he is my rival. So yeah, and like throughout the story, Asta gets more powers and more things happen. He eventually takes an exam in the first volume that he joins the Black Bulls, which is a knight. Dang it, I'm forgetting the name of it. It's a knight squad. Oh my god, I forgot squad. Knight squad of the Clover Kingdom, who is a sort of the the worst of the worst, all that. But the character work in this story is great, though. It's so awesome. Because as you meet more and more of these characters within the Black Bulls, you also start liking them as well. Oh man, the world building continues. It gets better every chapter. It's a good series. You should read it. Like, I understand people don't like shonen, and it's so good though. It's so freaking good. But I'm rambling. Yeah, like I said, there's also excellent world building as you continue on with the story, because at the beginning, it's mostly just, hey, here's the Clover Kingdom. And actually, now that I think about it, all the surrounding kingdoms, there's the Spade, Diamond, and Heart Kingdom. It's a suit of cards. Why did I just finally figure that out now? Yeah, and then also understanding the different things, because like I said with the world building part, in the Clover Kingdom, the based off of how much mana you have, is also like social standings, like the royals are up top, and discrimination is a thing, but it's still a good story. Like the parts where it's just like, oh man, and you would think that it's words fail me all the time, but what's a good segue from this part? World building, magic. The magic in it, like I said, is based off mana. You get everyone gets a grimoire at the age of 15. They then can take the magic selection, the magic knight selection, to join a magic squad. And I think I'm probably going to get this wrong, 9 squads? 9. I want to say 9. If I'm wrong, I'll put a thing up on screen and call myself an idiot. But anyways, yeah. And you would think in the world where it's filled with magic, Asta, who has anti-magic, would be overpowered. And in some cases, yes, but in other cases, no, not really. Which is great. I say great because, when most people are like, in most stories, the main character gets so overpowered so fast, but in Black Clover, you, like, the actual other people in the squad, the Black Bulls, and even other squads of the Magic Knights, no one is truly overpowered, except maybe Yami, who is the captain of the Black Bulls, who is sort of like I want to say it was Giguk that had this sort of analogy where it was like you're sort of watching the person that already went through the shonen protagonist phase in their life just suddenly raise up everyone else while they're just like, I've already been through this, let's go. I think it might have been Giguk, maybe. I don't remember. I have a bad memory sometimes. Because going back to that, oh man, also the character, like I said, you grow attached to the other members of the Black Bulls, you grow attached to the other members of the different squads, unless they're a dick. Yeah. It's just a good story. Like, it's definitely one up there that as each of the chapters have been coming out, it's just been getting better and better as you learn more and more about the world and you grow more and more attached to these characters. And at the point of the story that I'm at, they've just finished an arc and they're about to start another arc. It's so interesting to see where it goes and how it will end. Like, what is going to happen? But yeah, and just seeing these characters grow. Like, also, they actually age. In some stories, I'm just like, man. And also, like, characters show wear and tear. Like, Asta gets injured and has scars from his wounds. Like, sometimes I'm just like, you have a hole in your chest and yet you don't. You're just like good as new. What's going on? Well, Asta literally gets hit in the stomach with, like, there's a jutting diamond piece thing in his stomach in the early chapters, and then later on, well, you're just like, oh, his shirt's ripped off and there's this scar across his stomach. I'm like, that's the same scar. He has injuries still sustaining. And that's so much interesting sometimes, where I'm just like, how you're not showing any wear and tear of the battles that you're fighting. And sometimes I don't like that in fights, not fights, shonen, where it's just like, okay, I understand you don't want to draw 50 scars every week, but sometimes you just need to show it just every once in a while. Just, show the wear and tear. That's all I'm asking. But yeah, I mean, oh, there's just so much. Like, I could go into all the different characters, like Noelle or freaking other characters. There's so many. Luck. I think, yeah, Luck, the crazy dude about battle with electricity powers. He's just like, there's so many things, so many people that you're just like, oh man, and they don't feel like super side characters. You see them grow, you see them fight in later situations, and Asta doesn't come to save the day all the time. Like, he also gets saved from time to time. He is not that strong. He does have anti-magic, and he does technically get a transformation later down the line, but he needs help, and it's so good that the rest of the characters are likable. Like, what? I need that. And also, the art in this is fairly good. You also just like, this is a good art. Like, oh man, there's this one. I could just show you, find it online, but I'm not going to. That sounds too simple. Yeah. This is cool. This is when he gets his five leaf clover, fifth leaf, and gets his magic, anti-magic. It's weird. I've been wondering that. Does he technically have magic? If he has anti-magic? Is that a thing? I don't know. It's good. I would recommend you read it. And if you've read other shonen, you'll probably like it. If you haven't read shonen, I would say pick it up. It's a good, it's still going on right now, so you can catch up with it, unless you don't want to catch up with it. I understand that. Waiting a few months to get the actual physical volume. I think the next one's coming out in November in the States, or October, something like that. I understand if you don't want to wait. I would try and say, buy it if you can. But yeah. So, it's good. It's good. This is how most of my videos end. I'm just saying it's good. It's good. It's good. It's good. But that will be the end of the video. I have been the Bearded Otaku. You have been watching Manga Talk, and I would recommend you comment down below about what you liked about Black Clover, or any suggestions of anything. Maybe I have it. I do have I have a problem. But, yeah, leave a thumbs up if you like the video. If you didn't, then you can leave a thumbs down. It's alright. If you want to see more of my content, I'm going to be weekly, unless something happens. And keep up with it. Hit the bell thing. I don't know how that works. I never do it unless you. I just don't know. But yeah, I have been the Bearded Otaku. You've been watching Manga Talk, and I am now going to walk off with green. Bye.